This is Jack Fishman behind the camera speaking with violinist Robert McDuffie, who's playing the American Four Seasons by Philip Glass with the San Antonio Symphony Friday and Saturday night. Robert, you've spent most of the last year playing this piece, and it's an unusual week in San Antonio, as we just had Yo-Yo Ma, and now we have Philip Glass featured. What do you think the place of new music is in the current classical music business?
I think there's a very important place for new music. I think people are thirsty for something new and exciting. But I do have this motto, never punish an audience. I think it's extremely important to bring the audience into the entire experience instead of just showing your expertise and kind of teaching your troops where to march. I think the audience needs to let us know what's important. I once played a concert introducing a piece by Tobias Picker, and before the piece I said, this is an incredibly important work. And I had people come backstage and say, you don't tell us what's important, we'll decide. We'll decide what's important. And I never forgot that. But I am, in many ways, a romantic. I love to be seduced, I love to be manipulated. And Philip's music does that for me. I fell in love with his first violin concerto, and I asked him to write an American Four Seasons based on Vivaldi's masterpiece, to follow the same instrumentation. They have similar styles. I think they have the same DNA, but they also have separate geniuses. And it's very easy to make fun and even copy structures of their music. The ostinato, the repeating bass notes constantly and beautiful melodies up at the top. You can do that with Philip, you can do it with Vivaldi as well, but it's what's inside that really separates them. Nobody can match what they do inside that structure. It's kind of easy to emulate. And it was an artistic decision and a business decision as well. I wanted this piece to endure. I didn't want to play it once or twice and put it on the shelf. I think that's what we have to do with living American composers. Work with them to write pieces that will last, not just to play it once and have a big event.
And that's typical with a commission. You get the big splash and no one ever hears of it. And you've been remarkably successful. You've been playing this all over. How many performances so far of this piece?
Over 50. He wrote it just a little over a year ago. And I have a great manager who provided a contract that stated that I would have this piece for 3 years. And I love telling Gidon Kramer no. He called and said, can I please play this piece? No, you may not. Not until 2013. We did offer it, we did accept a request by a ballet company in Austria who wanted to choreograph to the piece and have their concertmaster play it. I thought that was a beautiful idea. Same thing with a Dutch ballet company, but since I'm playing it in Amsterdam pretty soon, we said no. Love saying no. But on the other hand, when the exclusivity runs out, I want as many fiddle players to tackle this piece as possible.
I'm sure that will happen. Now, do you notice a different reaction if you've played it in 50 different cities? Do different audiences react differently to it? I know it's always a huge success, but I wonder if there's different takes on it.
I've had the same reaction in all 50 cities. From the first notes, they know something special is happening, and they invest in it. It's a 40-minute work.
Yeah, that's long. Yeah.
They invest in the work from the beginning. They may kind of, as it goes in, they may kind of, start wondering, is this gonna last? Is this good feeling gonna last? And when the slow movement begins after the second solo piece, that's when they know that they're hearing something very special. Actually, when Philip Glass heard the second movement for the first time, he said, I can't believe I wrote something so beautiful. And that was really refreshing to hear from a 74-year-old icon who is still a little wide-eyed about what he does.
And the word beauty and new music isn't always the first thing that comes to mind.
Well, that's too bad, isn't it?
I think so. Well, I know that as soon as we announced this piece last year, when we announced this season, I heard from a wild variety of folks saying this was the thing they were waiting for. So we're eagerly anticipating Friday and Saturday night and the American Four Seasons. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.